So I'm not gonna lie, I'm all over the place here. So this is the work for week 8, day 1. You guys will get your report cards for math, and we'll talk about those this week in conferences on our Wednesday time. So when I'm doing these long division, so on the curriculum they had you doing like 20 of these, but I just want you guys to take time and show your numbers. So this number right here is 78,359, and this is this is the numerator, or when you're thinking about fractions, and this is the denominator inside. Okay, if you were going to put this into a calculator, a lot of people don't remember this, but you put the numerator, the one inside, in front and divide it by the denominator. Okay, so I'm going to model this again to show you what it would be like for students doing different methods. The first one we're going to do is repeated addition, so we can kind of show our work. So right here, what I've done is I've kind of just drawn my line so that I don't get confused when I go to put my numbers in different spaces. Okay, can 169 go into 7? Nope. So I put that. Can 169 go into 78? Nope. So I'm going to put 0 there. Can 169 go into 783? Yes. So I'm going to just use repeated addition, and this will help us through the whole problem. So I just want you to remember, and I will tell you this, I did mess up, and I had to, I want to model it again. So 9 plus 9 is 18. Carry my 1. 6 plus 6 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Carry my 1. And, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 338. Next, so this is how much 1 is. This is the second group, the answer for that one. Now we're going to add our third group of 169, and this will be the total for that one. So 8 times 8 plus 9 is 17. Carry our group of 10. 30 plus 60 is 90, plus 10 is 100. So we're going to carry, this one is 100. So now I have 100 plus 300 is 400, plus another one is 500. So the answer for 3 groups is 507. The answers for 2 groups is, 338. Now I want to know the answer for 4 groups, because we're not at 783 yet. We want to be close. We can't go over. It's almost like Price is Right. So 7 plus 9 is 16. Carry our group of 10. 10 plus 60 is 70. 500 plus 100 is 600. So we're at 676. We are pretty close. I don't think if we add one more, we can check. 169 plus that. 6 plus 9 is 15. Carry our group of 10. 70 plus 10 is 80. Plus 60 is 140. Carry my group of 100. 600, 700, 800. So we have 845 there. Okay, and this would be for 4 groups. The total for 4 groups would be here, and the total for 5 groups would be here. So for 4 groups, we had 676. So we're going to put 4 groups here, and we're going to write 600, subtract 676. What amount did we have left? And the reason why we're kind of covering up these place values is because anything times 0 would hold its place. And there's other ways to figure it out, but I just want you to know this is probably the way most parents have learned it. So we'll kind of just go with this one. So now we subtract. You can't take 3 take away 6, doesn't work, so we'll borrow from that. 10, 13 take away 6 would get us to 7. And then that would, because we had to borrow, we have to turn this into a 7. 7 take away 7 is 0. And 7 take away 6 is 700 take away 600 is 100. So now we can look at this one right here and go, okay, well, wait a second. Now that we did this, we don't have enough right here, so we're going to have to bring down the next number. 169 can't go into 170. You need more parts. So now we have to ask another question. How many times can 169 go into 1075? So right here we're at 5. So I'm going to add another group. So this is our 6th group. That total, you got to circle these to know what you're skip counting by and where the answer is. Because if we need to know what 6 groups, the answer to 6 groups is, it's going to be here. 5 plus 9 is 14, carrier group of 10. 60 and 40 is 100, plus another 10 is 110. So carrier group of 100. And 800 plus 100 is 900, plus another 100 would be 10,000. Or sorry, 1,000. So now we're close. See how close we are there? We didn't go over either. So our next one right here, if it says we need to know how many times 169 can go into 1076, this is so close. If we added another 169, it would put us over. And you can always check. So if I was a kid and I'm like, I'm not quite sure, I would add this just to see. This would be what our 7th group would be. The answer for our 7th group, 9 plus 4 is 13, carrier group of 10, 60, 70, 80, 100 plus nothing is 100, 1,000 plus 80 was that. So we went over right there. At 7 groups, we went over. So now I'm going to put, how many times can 169 go into 1075? It would be 6 times, which would get us to 1014. And now I would subtract. 5 take away 4 is 1. 70 take away 10 is 60. 0 take away 0 is 0. 1 take away 0 is 0. So now we're just looking at 61. Well, 169 cannot go into 61, so we have to bring down this number. Shoop, the 9. So now we got to look up here and think, how close can we get to, again, this is what makes this nice, you don't have to do any more work. How many times can we get from 169 to 619? So we're going to count. 1 group is 169, 2 groups is 338, 3 groups is 507, and 4 groups is 676. So 4 groups we go over, but 3 groups we're under. So we're going to put 3 groups. 3 groups of 169 gets us to 507. And we're doing remainders. We're not going to find the decimal point for today. And we're going to subtract. Sorry, I didn't put that symbol up there. 9 take away 7 is 2. 10 take away 10 is 10. 600 take away 500 is 100. And this is what our remainder would be. So our remainder would be 112. So 463 with a remainder of 112. That problem took 8 minutes. So now that you're here, if you want to go ahead and practice through 6, you're more than welcome to. But I'm going to say that today, if you can get through the 3 problems with me, that would be great. That's a lot of studying. So let's just try to get 3 done today. All right, next problem. 137. So another way kids might do this instead of adding up is they would multiply. This one, 137, can't go into 1. It can't go into 18, but it can go into 181 one time. So we're going to take 137, and I'm going to subtract that because 1 times 137 is 137. I can't take 1 away or 7 away from a 1, so I have to borrow, make it 11. 11 take away 7 is 4. 7 take away 3 is also 4, and 1 take away 1 is 0. 137 can't go into 44, so we're going to bring down our 8. And then when we do this, now is when kids would start. Another thing kids choose to do is multiply. They would do 137 times. So you could say, well, I know that this could be 2 groups because 3 groups, or 3 groups because 4 groups would be too much. So if I did 3 groups, 7 times 3 is 21. Carry my group of 20. 3 times 3 is 90. 3 times 30 is 90. 100, 110. Okay, and 3 times 100 is 300 plus 3 times 3 is 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 1, so plus one, another 100 because we had to carry the 100 over. All right. So now we kind of use what our knowledge about estimating, used a 3 and ended up working out for us. So I'm going to put my 3 again in this column, and I'm going to make sure I have my numbers separated out, and I'm going to subtract my 411. 8 take away 1 is 7. 4 take away 1 is 3. 4 take away 4 is 0. So now we have 37. So we know we're going to have to bring this last number down because 137 can't go into 37, but it could probably go into 370, which we know is going to be less than 3, so we are going to try for 2. 7 times 2 is 14. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 times 100 is 200. So we're close. That's 3 groups. This is 2 groups of 2. Minus 274. 7 take away 4 is 3. 70 take away 70 is 0. 300 take away 200 is 100. We would have 132 with a remainder of 103. Okay. And then I would put this, these are the remainders, so I'm just leaving that there. This is the answer too, so this goes to that part. Okay, last one. Holy smokes, these are time consuming, huh? Imagine doing 20 of these. All right, 61. Now this is again, numerator, denominator. Can 61 go into 2? Nope. Can it go into 21? Nope. Can it go into 214? Here's another thing. I also know that 6 times 3 is 18. So I'm going to try this. If 6 times 3 is 18, but 6 times 4 is 240, I know I can't go too far. So I'm just going to do 61 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 60 is 180. We have 183. 83. Subtract 4 take away 3 is 1. I have to borrow 11 take away 8 is 3. So 31. Again, be mindful of your spacing. Okay. So now I'm going to bring my 6 down. So if 61 times 3 is 183, I'm going to try 61 times 5. 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 times 6 is 30. Look how close we were. I'm going to put my groups of 5, that's how many we counted by, up there. And then I'm going to subtract the 305 that we got. That's messed up handwriting. By multiplying by 5. 6 take away 5 is 1. 1 take away 0 is 1. And 3 take away 3 is 0. So we would have 11 left over. And now we have to bring down our last number, which is our 2. So how many times can 61 go into 112? Well, we know if it goes into 2, that's 120. Just if we did 60 times 2 would be 120. So that would be too much. So you're going to just do times 1. 1 times 61 is 61. 2 take away 1 is... No, it's not. Sorry. That is incorrect. 2 take away 1 is 1. 6, will we borrow or just do 11 take away 6 is 5. So we would have a remainder of 51. There we go.